This video was inspired by this lovely wilted 10-day-old celery. I'm going to make a pot of vegetable broth using this celery, as well as some scraps I saved in a bag in the freezer throughout the week. It included some onions and some carrots from this week. Spending a morning doing ordinary things in my kitchen brings me a sense of calm and a peaceful feeling. This kind of quiet calm that is found in these small moments of our days is one of the best advantages of simple living. Holding open space in our homes, your heart, your life, and it acts as an invitation for that calm and peaceful feeling. And my wilted celery acted as an invitation for me today to enjoy the quiet calm of simple living this morning. My name is Erica Lucas, and I invite you to spend a morning in my kitchen with me today as I attempt to stretch our grocery dollars for this week. It is late morning in our house today, and we are working through the last of the ingredients from this week's meal plan. One way that I stretch our grocery dollar is to make sure we actually eat what we spent money on. Most weeks I have some veggies prepped in the fridge, chopped and ready for the kids to snack on. I call it our seasonal crudité, basically whatever is in season or on sale in the vegetable aisle each week. This week I'm using up the last of our carrots and our broccoli. The kids will snack on that with ranch or hummus, or I can toss it into a meal because I've already chopped it and prepped it. My oldest eats carrots and ranch like there is no tomorrow. Yesterday, he ate 7 carrots. I don't mean 7 chopped carrots like you're seeing in the video right now. I mean 7 full-size carrots chopped up with ranch. That was his appetizer before dinner. So I like to make sure I have it ready for him because sometimes when he needs that snack, I'm not available to chop it up. So this is always a great time for me to get ahead on those things. For lunch today, I'm preparing zucchini with onions and kielbasa. I just saute it all in one pan at the same time with some butter and garlic. It gives me a chance also to toss the ends of the onion into the vegetable broth that I'm making, and it gives it a really great color in the broth when I use the ends of onions. I am spotlighting simple living in the kitchen in this particular video, but I find invitations to enjoy simple living all around my home, starting my seedlings for our summer garden, decluttering one shelf at a time, finding homes for my indoor plants. Leave me a comment below if you would like to see more videos like this one in the rotation. Chopping up the last of the kielbasa for the week and tossing it into the pan. I love these one pan or one pot or one sheet pan kinds of meals because cleanup is just so much easier. These strawberries are on the last day of their life before mold starts to set in, and so I am cleaning and cutting them up for snacks today. If I had some orange juice in the house, I would pour orange juice over the strawberries once I finish cleaning and cutting them as a way to actually extend their life even more. They're pretty delicious that way, just kind of out of the bowl with orange juice poured over them, but you could also just pop it into a smoothie with the orange juice, and you can get like an extra 5 days out of strawberries that are about to go moldy by pouring orange juice on them. When I describe simple living, I think about it as focusing on uncomplicating parts of our life and our home that block the path to finding joy, calm, and peace. And so in the kitchen, that means keeping the counters clear to stumble onto days like this when I can enjoy the everyday without having to spend time clearing the counters first. And I know that from experience, from years of having to clear the counter before I got a chance to even have days like this. And simple living has helped me realize the benefit of keeping the counters as clear as possible. It also means that organization in my cabinets has to focus on function before form. I need it to work easily for me before I start caring about how it looks. One way that I do that is by keeping the cabinets and the drawers 50 to 75% full. I talk about these 3 habits I just mentioned more in this video, which I will link in the description box below for you. Small daily habits throughout my entire home lead to repeated actions. These actions start to scaffold week after week and start to minimize stress for me month after month. We definitely have days where this counter cannot even be seen because we have piled so much on top of it. But decluttering and finding homes for the stuff we want to keep makes cleaning that up so much faster than years before simplifying. Visual reminders like my laundry checklist, my meal plan, my cleaning checklist remove the repeated decisions that are needed. Here's what I mean for scaffolding week after week on these habits. Week 1 is just about getting it a little bit better, maybe decluttering a couple of things. Week 2, I'm able to hyper focus in on one drawer because I made some progress on week 1. Week 3, I'm able to actually clean a section of the kitchen that maybe I couldn't clean in weeks prior because now it's been cleared out and that cabinet is 50% full. I'm able to really get in there and get the job done better. Week 4, I'm able to reorganize the freezer because I have the time and the rest of the kitchen is looking good. So it scaffolds week after week and it gets that all or nothing mentality out of my brain, that I don't have to do the entire kitchen all at once. I can scaffold it week after week. My 10-year-old has finished all of the zucchini and the kielbasa, and now he's coming through for meal number 2. He's going to finish all of those carrots that I just chopped. Some weeks I have bottled ranch in the fridge and some weeks I have homemade ranch. It varies week to week. The kids don't seem to care much about which ranch it is. Sometimes I opt for convenience and sometimes I'm able to make my own because I've got the ingredients going on. Decluttering and minimalism and simple living have done something for me as a mother that I never imagined that I could have needed. It changed the lens that I look through when I see our home. I used to see it as a mess I couldn't fix or a home I couldn't maintain. And then I slowly started to see the mess through the eyes of my kids. There was stuff everywhere. They were unable to decide what to play with. They could dump a toy bin and you would hardly even notice because the mess was crazy. And then I started to see their creations and their play. And I started to not see it as a mess, that I started to see it as something they made, something they enjoyed. And now I look through a different lens. I try to see what they see. Do they see me as available to help with snacks, as someone they can ask questions to or just come and chat with? Do they see me scrolling on my phone and read that as unavailable to them? Do they see me as trying to solve problems and not giving up when I can't solve them? Do they see me failing and learning from it? And all of those things, now that they're a little older, has nothing to do with the stuff on the counters. I made hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot today. It's my favorite way to make hard-boiled eggs. I just find them the easiest to peel, and it leaves most of the egg intact for making deviled eggs and hard-boiled eggs as a snack. I really am grateful for these moments that I can get ahead in the kitchen and make these snacks for my family. I happen to like mine with everything bagel seasoning. My daughter likes hers with garlic and salt. My oldest son likes them deviled. My husband will take them any way that they are. And my youngest son actually just likes the egg white part of a hard-boiled egg and just eats until he gets to the yellow center. And these little snack size 3-cup Pyrex are a great way to store the eggs, and I don't have to make it large batch or find a lot of space in the refrigerator to keep hard-boiled eggs as a snack for everybody during the week. The goal for my morning was to try to extend our grocery dollar. And so now that I've evaluated everything and I've chopped up and prepped as much as I possibly could, I was able to get an extra 2 days out of this week's meal plan. So I wrote in on my meal plan sheet what I had already spent money on, and then it left me with only 5 days left to fill in. My grocery budget right now is $300 for a week for a family of 5 in Annapolis, Maryland. I am trying to get that down to $200 a week. That $300 also includes all the household stuff that we need, like paper towels and toilet paper and cleaning supplies, that kind of thing. So it's more comprehensive budget that includes that number. So some weeks I am under that 300 mark. My goal for this week was to be around 150 since I was trying to get down to planning 5 days. My main spine for meal planning is my own recipe binder that has all the recipes I know my family likes. Occasionally I do supplement with cookbooks, and my cookbooks are all tabbed at the top of the pages with recipes I know I like. So when I open it, I can just pick one I know we already made. I do my grocery shopping online and schedule it for pickup most weeks. It just saves me time, and there's actually no extra fee for them to do the shopping for me. And my broth is finally ready after 2 hours, and I use a cheesecloth with my strainer and pour it right into a bowl. I let it sit on the counter for a little bit and cool off before I put it into a container, or I just roll it into whatever batch of soup I'm making for that week already. I know I'm making soup tomorrow, so I do need to refrigerate what I made tonight. And I use mason jars for a lot of our food storage in the refrigerator. So I have this funnel that I use to get everything in there because I'm just a sloppy chef. And I wanted to be able to extend this vegetable broth. It was such a beautiful color. I knew I could get away with adding water and extending this broth to try to get it to be for 2 batches of soup this week. So I put about 2 cups of vegetable stock into each mason jar, and then added about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of water to top it all off. And that'll get me about 2 batches of soup for the week. We do make soup nearly every Monday and Wednesday. My kids are obsessed with soup right now. And the rotation has chicken orzo, pasta vajol, and chicken noodle soup. We've got those just on rotation or at request. I have the ingredients for those usually all the time. And by making my own vegetable broth, it's just an added savings for the groceries because now I don't have to buy broth. The ability to enjoy these calm and peaceful parts of simple living is one benefit that I highlighted today. I talk about 15 other advantages to simple living in this video here, and I invite you to watch that video next. Thanks for being here today.